You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's The Client List After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's The Client List After Show.
Good evening, AfterBuzzers. Welcome. I don't know what I'm saying. I had a brain fart. We are here at the AfterBuzz TV studios doing things the way things always should be done with Bing. I am your host for the evening, David Schifilliti, joined as always by the lovely and talented Sarah Huggins.
Hello.
And we have a new host for you.
Hey.
Dua Kassie.
That was right.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw that you hesitated at the
I
end.
did.
But you just go with it.
I'm
It was
having like
good.
anxiety.
That's all right.
Sorry.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me.
Why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about yourself
Oh my.
and our listeners?
I was.
Put you on the spot.
I know.
Sorry.
I feel like I'm being interrogated.
You are.
Yeah. Well, I did Shaws of Sunset, and I love the client list, and I'd love to be able to be here. Plus, I'm a big Jennifer Love Hewitt fan.
As
are we.
If I had her body, I'd be naked all the time.
Agreed.
Wouldn't we all?
Sarah.
We are doing The Client List, Season 1, Episode 9, titled Acting Up. I'm not sure how appropriate of a title it was
Right.
for tonight's episode.
There was a little acting up, though. You know, there was a little.
Really?
Yeah, there was some acting up. Well, first of all, there was acting up by that councilman. There was
Yeah. Oh, okay.
There was a little acting
Yeah.
up by,
Yes.
oh my gosh, what is her name? The big antagonist. The girl
Selena.
that crashed. Yes. Oh my God, I hate her. She's terrible.
She is terrible.
Awful.
She totally crashed the party. She was acting up. There was a little acting up on Riley's part.
Yeah, I guess.
Towards the end, but it wasn't.
Towards the end. I
as
feel like
dramatic.
we're just like, Sarah and I did bring her together, and we were used to the titles being a little bit more relevant.
Right. They were always a quote from the show.
Yes.
Yes.
Which sort of made
was
more
nice,
sense.
which
But
was
before
fun.
we jump into our breakdown of the show and what we're just going to be discussing tonight, Sarah and I do have to extend our apologies
we
out
do.
to all of our listeners and all of our viewers, and just say that we're sorry if we have offended anybody or hurt anybody's feelings in the
Definitely
past.
did not mean to.
It was never our intention. We're just here having fun as fans,
Right.
just like you
Right.
are. And that's really it, right?
We're gonna keep
Anything
it.
else
We're
that
gonna
you'd like
keep
to add?
it. You're not gonna say anything offensive anymore?
I'm not the only one.
Well, I can't promise that I'm not going to say anything offensive.
We don't. I mean, we.
Yeah.
It's hard not to say
Right.
things. People are always going to be offended by things.
Right. It's hard to please everybody.
It is hard to please
But
everybody.
there are certain topics we can sort of stay away from.
There
you know.
are, and be a little bit gentler, I guess.
Right. Right. In our
the way
opinions.
we say things. Yes.
True. So apologies to anyone who was offended by anything either of us, mainly David,
Oh my God.
said during our podcast.
That is so not true, and you know it. You know that it's not only me.
I know. I apologize too, sincerely.
Oh my gosh, what did you guys say?
It wasn't
It's
that
not
bad.
anything that bad.
No. But, I mean,
you know.
there's been certain topics we've been more opinionated on, shall we say.
Yes.
Right. So, anyway. Well, we'll still be opinionated, but just
In a different
respectful.
way.
Respectful. In a respectful way.
All right.
All
That's
right.
nice. That's special.
It's over.
It is over.
It's over. Apology accepted. From America.
From all of America. They forgive us.
Yes,
Did
you
they
are forgiven.
Did they live tweet you?
You are forgiven. Yes, yes, they did. In my mind.
Oh, speaking of live tweets.
Oh, Riley Parks.
At Riley
Do you
Parks
follow
82.
her?
Do you follow her?
I have not followed her yet. I've heard about it, and I will be following her.
Okay.
Right. I
As-
feel like I'm in trouble.
You're
No,
not in
because
trouble.
it is serious comic relief throughout the week. David and I
It
will
is.
text each other
So-
the funny ones.
Riley's character has
Has
a
a Twitter
account.
Yes. And it's kind of amazing. And I was reading all her tweets from this morning, and I was hoping that they would pertain to the show
Right.
tonight. And I was pleasantly surprised when I
That they
saw
do?
that they do. Like she tweets at really odd hours.
No, I know, like late night too. I'm
really,
like,
really
whoa.
late night and
Yeah.
really early in the morning. Like her first tweet this morning was at like 6 a.m.
Well,
and
she
she's
got
like,
kids.
"We just woke up. We're on our way to the soccer game."
Well, would
Yeah.
that be on Texas time? Because Texas is 2
Oh,
hours
right.
ahead of us.
True. Good
Is it?
point.
So if
yeah.
it's 6 a.m. here, it would be 8 a.m.
Right.
in Texas.
Oh, I didn't even
So
put it like
see?
that. Oh.
well, it's
But you know the person who's making those, who's writing those tweets is in LA.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
But you mean it's not really Riley? She's not really a person in
Not,
real
I
life?
hate to break it to you.
Surprise!
What?
Yeah.
She's fake.
She is a character. I'm
She is a
sorry.
character, and she was born in 1982.
Yeah, just so you know.
Just so you know.
All right.
Hence
Good to
Riley
know.
Parks.
You're like, that's nice. Write that
82.
down. 1982.
Yeah.
Riley Parks
82.
is only 30 years old.
Riley Parks. 82.
Get to the chase.
Hence the 82. Yeah. Hence the 82.
Find out.
Oh,
who
we never
gives her
checked to see if
facials.
any of the other characters have Twitter
Oh, we
feeds.
didn't.
We wanted to see
Sorry.
if, and I don't think they do
I don't
though.
think they would. They would
They
announce
would broadcast
them. Yeah,
it
they
because
would
that's how we
broadcast
found
it.
out about Riley's. Because at the bottom, like every 2 seconds, it was like follow Riley Parks 82. It was pretty funny though. The first
That's
day
great.
we
Ah,
loved it. It's
so
great. I love
amazing.
that they do that.
I think that's brilliant. I think it's a brilliant marketing tool.
It is a
Yeah,
great marketing
it's a
tool,
lot of
and I think
fun.
the best part about it is that she's been tweeting for the past 2 years.
Huh.
Right. Like she didn't just join. Like she has been a
Like
member
She has been
pre-production.
Yeah,
a
it was-
member for 2
for
years.
2 years.
Tweeting since
I would like to
November
see the person that actually does
2010.
this. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
one of the
Same
one of
thing.
like the 13-year-old
The
little PA.
intern.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it does pertain to the script, and I mean they are, true to form usually. So it's not like there's any random things on there.
Yes,
It's
there
all
are. During the
very-
week, they're very random.
it's funny during the week.
During the week, they're great.
I can't wait. I'm gonna start following.
Yeah, you
have
got to,
to.
and you got to go back and read the past ones. Very fun.
They're
Very
so good. But let's talk about what happened tonight. We found out last week that Dee Ann has a lover.
A scandalous lover.
Not scandalous because she has an open relationship with her husband.
But that's scandalous in itself.
the
that
open
she
relationship.
has an open relationship with her husband. Why have a husband then?
That is, I mean, isn't that like kind of contradicting all the vows of
Right,
marriage?
exactly.
Not
So-
unless that's one of
I
your
don't know
vows.
what kind of marriages you're used to, but
I'm not saying that I'm used to not.
having open things.
No. What do I want to say? It's new times, right? We're in the 21st century. Things are different,
Right.
right? They love each other and they're committed to each other, but they're saying that we understand that we're both human and we both have needs that sometimes I can't get fulfilled from you.
I don't understand.
Does her husband
that.
know about this guy?
Yes.
Well, I don't think he knows about him specifically. Well,
Yeah, I don't
first
think
of
he
all,
knows who he is,
Right.
Yeah.
but he knows,
that she
that
could be sleeping with other
yeah.
people, and she's free to do so.
and so is he.
Right. Correct. Ugh. I just don't. That just does not sit well with me. But anyway, it's fine. It's fine because it's Daniel Meade. Because I'm obsessed with him. I love him.
Right. It's not
From
Daniel
Ugly
Meade.
Betty. From Ugly Betty. He's from Ugly Betty.
I know.
And I was really excited.
I think he's great. I think
I
he's a
love him.
fantastic
I love him.
actor. Eric, how do you say his last name?
Maybe yes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe is.
Maybe
no.
is.
Mancandy. We'll just call him Eric Mancandy.
Yes, I like that. I like it.
Yeah,
I like
see?
it a lot. I like it a lot.
But I mean, he's great. So I was happy that at least if she's gonna have an affair, which I'm not okay with, that
It's
okay.
not an affair if your partner
really?
knows about it.
Is that true? What's the definition of an affair? Do we know? Can we?
Yeah. Secret.
Let me get back to you on that.
An affair means that it's secret. I think.
There's a
I'm making
fine
that
line.
up.
It's a
I'm
fine
making that up.
line. It's a fine
Well,
line.
it is a fine line, and we saw last week that he's been sending her flowers, and he wants
Right.
to take things to the next level.
Yeah, he does.
That is inappropriate.
Yeah.
And what's even more inappropriate is that we found out that he's a client.
Well, Avi. I mean, that was.
Really?
Yeah. Oh,
I thought
yeah.
she met him at the local saddle ranch.
Yeah.
The local.
Yeah, because.
Exactly.
I knew it was going to
local
be a client. I
saddle
thought that
ranch.
was pretty obvious. I mean, she spends most of her time there. I mean, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You
I
knew
kinda
that he was going to be a
predicted
client? I
that.
had no idea.
Yeah. Yep.
What do you think is
Look
going
at
to happen with
you.
that whole storyline, though? I feel like they've just, with the whole storyline, they really kind of like busted it open.
Right.
They really
For
did.
the- for
and
the
they've
season
they've
finale.
sort of exactly set things up really fantastically for the season finale. What could happen?
Because the last couple weeks, they really didn't touch on it at all. Like the last 2 episodes, they hadn't.
Touch on what?
The cops being,
Right.
like, you know,
Yeah.
raiding
Since
the place.
since
Yeah.
lizard skin boots.
Right, lizard skin.
And well, there's also like a weird in that scene with Dee Ann and Ray. The very, very beginning of the scene, he said, "I'm going crazy. That's what you do to me. You make me crazy." It's almost like it's like a foreshadowing that this guy is going to go absolutely nuts.
Look at you.
Dun dun dun.
Look at you catching things.
Yeah.
Really quick,
Yes.
a sexual relationship between two people who are not married to each other.
Ha!
So any sexual relationship.
Yes.
I'm right. You're wrong.
So
Confirmed.
if I'm not married, but I'm sleeping with just anybody, it's an affair.
It's an affair.
Right.
It's an affair to remember.
Yeah. It is very hot. And so I'm right. You're wrong. End
I
of
hate
story.
you.
Thank you. That was
You're
appreciated.
so rude.
That was appreciated. Challenge accepted. Awesome.
I hate you. I'm gonna cut your mic off.
Yay. Well, you have another.
Exactly. I'm kicking you out.
Oh my god. Rude. Rude.
That is rude.
Right before the season finale. That's me.
Yes,
That's
right
funny.
before the season finale. I'm
Rude.
getting rid of
After
you.
everything I've
Giving
done.
you the axe.
After
You're
everything
fired.
I've done. That's really mean. Well, speaking of fired.
Dee Ann got fired.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful.
That was a great segue.
That was
Yeah, right?
brilliant.
I know,
Thanks.
thanks.
I was
Thank
trying
you.
to figure out how to way to get back to the
Thank you.
conversation.
Thank you. She got fired.
I
Justified.
yeah. Did you think it was
Yeah.
appropriate? I thought it was
Yeah.
going to happen.
Yeah, me too.
Well,
Georgia doesn't
I'm-
take any shit.
she doesn't, but she knew about Selena's screwing
Oh,
around
right,
and
that's
did
true.
not fire her.
And we
Well,
just
she's big and scary though.
Selena?
Yeah.
Selena weighs like 4 pounds.
kind of a man. She's a little. Yeah, I would be scared to fire her.
Loose
She's.
cannon.
Yeah.
Is it because her
She would-
face doesn't move?
Yeah, that's part of it.
It doesn't.
It
No.
doesn't move.
I was like, what is wrong with her face? That's it.
It
It doesn't,
doesn't
move.
move.
Is that it? Yeah.
It's Botox, I think.
I don't know if it's anything in her personal life or just like a choice, like an actress choice.
What? How do you make an actor's choice to have your face not to move? Like,
I don't know.
I
You
think
rubbed Novocaine all over your face before each scene.
I think my character is going to have a motionless face.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make myself not show emotion ever. I could never do that to express it. To express how
It's ridiculous.
Anyway, but yeah, no, but she's gonna get her job back.
No, she's not.
She's totally going to, because now the fear of God is in Georgia, and she's like, holy shit, she's gonna give her job back. You think
Just
that
to keep
character's done
Ray
and
at
gone?
bay.
Yeah.
I mean, one way or another, it doesn't matter if that character stays or leaves. She's inconsequential to the actual
True.
storyline of our
That's
show.
a good point.
We could lose any of the other masseuses. I mean, once a week, one of the girls is missing anyway,
Right.
so it doesn't matter.
Right. Well, we did see what's her name. I love her. The prude one.
Oh,
Oh God, what's her name? I
Can't
want to say
remember.
Luann, but that's not it.
no.
God, what's her name?
We're really bad with their character
We
names.
are really bad.
They
We're always
don't
not-
say them enough, that's
no,
why.
they don't. They
Which is like a
You're
rule.
like, I blame the show.
Jolene.
Jolene. Thank you.
Jolene. Yeah, we missed her this week, but she was in one of the yoga classes. I think at the beginning one.
She was?
Maybe not. Maybe just in the preview.
I was like completely washed over with the fact that they were doing yoga in the massage parlor to begin with, that I was like, what? Who agrees
well,
to
they have
allow...
to when else are they going to work out and release their own stress, so to speak?
Yeah,
There was a lot of first of all, there was a lot of people in that back room.
Right, that's true. Way more than work.
Exactly.
At the rub.
You have to keep those girls flexible, you know.
That's true. Well,
They need stress
they're
balls.
just giving hand skis, right?
Just happy endings.
Apparently not. Dee Ann's giving it away left and right.
Well, yeah, she is. And Selena.
and so is
also.
Selena.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a Lifetime show, so they
Right, right.
can't say that out
Right.
loud. But come on.
I
I
don't
feel like
know.
they can talk about stuff like that on Lifetime.
Yeah, they can talk about. They have
Have
the
you
real
seen
people
the
having
previews?
sex.
We watched the preview
yeah.
for the Blue Lagoon.
Yeah.
Did you see those
Underagers.
teenagers
Yeah.
Yes, but I think that
on a
Preteen.
beach?
suggestion rather than being like, there's actual prostitution going on. Because
Happening
once
here.
you say prostitution, people all of a sudden look at it like it's
In
this
a
terrible
different way.
negative thing. But it's not prostitution. It's ladies that are just helping a guy out with extras. It's a mother that needs to provide for her kids, so she'll do something, anything. So I
Are
think
you
that
justifying whoring?
yes, well, I think that
Lifetime
Lifetime is
is?
justifying whoring, but there's nothing wrong.
There's nothing wrong.
providing for your children.
Right, that's true.
I agree.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I agree.
I agree. But I'm excited about that. I kind of thought that storyline went away. Like I did because they didn't touch on it for
About the
last couple
cops?
weeks.
Well,
yeah.
we knew that from the movie, from having
Right.
seen the film, we knew that this day was eventually going to have to come.
Well, they can't shut it down because then there's no show.
Correct.
So
I'm so sorry.
No,
I
no,
didn't mean to
no.
interrupt. But how much of I have not seen the movie yet, but how much of the movie is actually
Very little.
so is that day going to come? Like is that,
Well, it's
And-
going to have to come eventually.
I mean, in the real story, it does come, and then it's completely out in the open what they're doing there, and then they close up shop and the whole
Right.
bit. But obviously, they can't do that, or else we have no show unless someone like reopens an incognito shop. So
Under a different name.
right under a different name, different
The
owner.
Stroke
Yeah, the stroke.
instead of the
That's
Rub.
good. That's a good.
they take the
title.
curl up and dry and it's
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They
Yeah.
take over the Curl Up and Dry and
Yeah,
just
they
do
do.
extras in the back.
Yeah. So, I mean, something's going to happen, but it's not going to be shut down entirely. So they're going to cover it up in some way, which is kind of, fun to think about how they're going to do that.
Yeah.
I think paying people off.
I don't think Georgia would pay anybody off, though.
No.
Well,
Like, how much money would that take, eh?
probably monthly installments.
Right.
Like the mob.
Yeah, like
Oh,
a
like they
gangster.
would be like part owners or something in
Absolutely.
the rub?
Yeah. All you have to do is get a corrupt
Interesting.
cop under your belt.
Well, she has a corrupt cop under her belt.
Yeah,
Well,
but he's
not
also
anymore.
under-
Not anymore.
Not anymore. He's
Not after tonight.
gone. Then that's
he's
the
in
problem.
Daniel Mead's possession.
Yes.
Let's just call him Daniel Mead.
Okay.
I mean, he is. He was
That's
Daniel
fine.
Mead for like 8 seasons or however long Ugly Betty ran, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm. Something like that. I never watched the show.
What? That would
We'll
be
talk about that
so
later.
a you show. By the way, I have them on DVD. Side note. We'll do it.
Side note, if I wanted to watch Ugly Betty, I would
Order it.
order it online at Amazon.com. So if anyone here
That was really good.
is listening
Wants
or
to order
watching
something.
and wants to watch anything, if you want to order all 8 seasons of Ugly Betty
I don't even know.
or
if
the
it was that
client
creative.
list film,
Yeah.
do us
Or-
all a favor here at AfterBuzz TV. Log on to our website, AfterBuzz TV. Oh,
Distracting.
distracting. AfterBuzzTV.com and click on the Amazon link. It's easy, it's free, it doesn't cost you anything. It's just one slightly extra step that we are asking you to take. So please do so, and we will love you forever.
We already love you forever.
True.
We do already love you forever, but we'll love you more.
Love you more. If that's possible, which it probably isn't. So, Mom and Taylor.
Mama. Oh.
I
Who-
love Sybil Shepherd.
I'm obsessed with her.
She
She's
is
great.
really
This one is
wonderful.
not as obsessed with her as I
That's
am,
not
I
true.
think.
Don't say that. I just was not a Loretta Devine fan. You were obsessed with Loretta Devine. I was
As
not
well.
as well. I like Sybil Shepherd. Do we really want to get into it after we did the apology?
Yes.
I wasn't a fan of her relationship, but now I would like the relationship back, to be honest.
I think what you're saying if you don't mind me.
I would like more of her.
Right,
In a more in-depth way.
Exactly. That's what I was going at. The whole storyline with the curl up and dry and Taylor buying it and trying to create some sort of like drama and then like a kinship with them. It's just not that interesting.
It's not. And I was way more interested when she like had a boyfriend and we thought he was a serial killer.
Right.
It was
As was I.
It was a lot more interesting week to week, you know?
I do think that it's kind of important though, because you've got your plots and you've got your subplots, so like you've got to have some that are a little bit less interesting than others, or else the show's tone is gonna, it has to like go up and down and up and down.
I agree, but I feel like they have the main plot, which revolves around Riley, and then they have like a tiny subplot at the curl up and dry, and then there's another subplot and
With
always
Lacey,
another
right.
one. I feel like there's so many
Little
storylines that sort of just like fizzle out.
They
like
kind of need to reel it in.
Jolene's child.
Oh yeah, that's true. That didn't. It was like one episode.
Came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's true.
The Dee Ann love triangle.
Yeah, who knows
thing.
if next week we're even gonna hear anything about that?
Exactly. Or Kendra, like we haven't seen her in 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden she's back and like still hasn't gotten married because I thought she ran away and got married already.
And her yoga instructor's in love with her. Like, yeah,
that's
there is a lot already happening.
It's like throwing spaghetti to the wall to kind of see what sticks.
Right.
And they're just kind of like, they've got a whole bunch of writers or something, and they're trying to see, well, this, you know, and then kind of like what evolves will evolve. But if something fizzles out,
I mean, at this point, it's all sort of fizzling out.
Right. Like, it'll be on for one episode, and then it's like Mark, the doctor, was nowhere to be found last week.
Mm-hmm.
And then this week he's
She didn't even mention him.
No, she didn't even talk about him
Nope.
once. And then it's like, oh, he's here this week, you know, back and ready for action. And, yeah. But, I mean, it's season 1 of the show, so I think they
need to figure things out.
testing a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
And they only had, 10 episodes to sort of get all of the beginning storylines out there.
Right,
Yeah.
that's true.
maybe there's a master plan and they're going to actually like pull it in all together. Do you think that we saw the last of Dr. Mark today? Because I thought after that scene and after she just looked at him with that look and she's like, I like boxed wine, and got up, like that seemed pretty like
Definite.
yes, like that.
I feel the same way.
I don't feel that way at all. Considering she had a breakup with a client that she went out with one time, and they had a conversation about them breaking up. I think Dr. Mark and her, and their kids play on the same soccer team. Like, she sees them all the time. I think there's going to be
That's a
more
good
to
point.
that than just, oh, I like boxed wine, it's over.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. The soccer team thing.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to see each other all the time.
Okay, we will get to that
Okay.
eventually.
I think
Well,
he's going to
sorry.
become like a big antagonist, though.
Oh, I don't. He's
Interesting.
such a snooze. He... No, absolutely not. He doesn't...
Really? Okay, we're getting into
Go
it
ahead.
now.
Okay, yeah. Let's
After the way that he was acting tonight at the country club, you still think he's a snooze?
Yeah, I think he's a boring country club stuffy guy. I do.
He cried.
Yeah, it's like he's
Cried
not
at the
gonna.
opera.
He did get aggressive that one time. He had an aggressive moment, not this episode, but when we first saw him, the very
When
first
they were water
when they had
fighting?
the play day water sportsing.
Water sport thing?
Yes, they. He did get aggressive, but I think overall he's just kind of like a, meh, you know, ho hum kind of guy. Like, I don't think he's gonna actually like fight for her, but I do think. Like, he's not an evil guy. He's not someone who has, like,
No,
an
he's
evil
very
side.
stereotypical what you would think of a person who belongs to a country club.
Right. He's not going to
Very,
get
like,
dirty.
snobby,
Right.
doesn't talk to the quote-unquote help. And
Right. So, but I definitely think she's going to see him again, whether or not, you know, he's relevant to the situation. Like, the storyline, I don't know, but...
Yeah, I mean, she'll run into him.
Right.
But I don't think... Jinx.
Oh, we're so cute. That
was
What don't you think?
I don't think it's totally over. I think he's going to
No.
show up again, and then there's going to be...
As far as a love interest goes, it's over.
I don't know about that. I mean, I wish it was over. I wish he would just not be there, but I think he's going to be there.
Oh,
No.
people should comment and tell us what they think about
They
that.
should.
They
Thank
should.
you. Do us
Where
all a
should they
favor.
comment?
On iTunes.
If I wanted to.
While you are back listening to
Yeah.
all our old episodes
They're
or to this
amazing
episode,
shows.
they are amazing
They're
shows.
awesome.
Comment. Leave us your comments.
Good
we
or
do
bad?
actually read
We do,
them.
obviously.
Clearly. And tell a friend. Let them know. It doesn't
Have your
cost.
friend comment.
Have your friend comment. It doesn't cost you anything to leave a comment.
Yeah, right.
The
Correct.
shows are free to download on iTunes. I mean,
Yeah, why not?
might as well help us improve if we can.
Yeah, if it's
Right.
free, it's me.
I'm printing that on a t-shirt.
I know, that's cute.
That is my new slogan / pickup line.
That slash pickup line.
I could learn a few things from you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Okay, we need to talk about Riley's men, because she's got a lot of men in her web. She's got Dr. Mark, which you clearly hate.
Right.
How do you
Agreed.
feel about Dr. Mark overall?
I mean, I agree with you. He's a snooze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just nothing exciting.
I sort of
What
love
do you?
him.
Why? Why? Because he's a doctor. Any other reason?
No.
Okay. All right.
You have to think about the bigger picture here, all right?
She's got bills. And
She's got bills to
Yeah.
pay, right? Her mortgage,
Your
her
mortgage.
house, it might be in foreclosure soon.
All right.
She drives an SUV, which is going to crap out on her soon,
Right.
right? Because she can barely pay her mortgage. How can she keep up on all the, like, oil changing in her car, driving
Right.
back and forth?
The gas must be expensive.
Exactly. He
In
drives a
Texas,
Mercedes.
It's not as expensive, just so you know.
But still.
Okay.
She drives an hour to and from
Oh,
work.
that's true.
Wait a minute.
Every
2 hour
day.
drive.
Are you saying that you like Dr. Mark because he can give Riley security?
Yes.
Yes. Because he has money.
In
It's a
this
better way-
financial market, isn't that what everybody wants?
Sure, yeah. A lot of money and lousy sex for the rest of your life. That sounds fabulous.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds awesome.
She's never gonna do it. She's a boxed wine kind of gal.
She is a box
Yeah.
wine. Nope. I'm sorry. Nobody likes box wine.
Jeez, yeah.
I said that under my breath while we were watching it. Nobody likes box wine except for drunks.
And we know these ladies love their wine, and they do not drink it
They
out of a
do
box.
not drink it out of a box.
They pour it out of the bottle. We see it.
Yeah.
Boxed
on a
wine
weekly
makes
basis.
great sangria. I just want to put that out there.
I've-
Does it really?
Really does.
I don't
It-
think I've ever had boxed wine.
I
Have
have.
you?
And I didn't purchase it. I had it at my friend Regina's parents' house, who always had a box of red and a box of white in the fridge.
for emergencies.
Like, what is boxed wine?
Just because.
Why do they make boxed wine? Like, I mean, you can get cheap regular wine in a bottle.
It's okay. I'm going to say something that might offend somebody, so don't take offense to it. It has been created for drunks because it's cheap, and in a box of wine is 4 bottles of wine.
Okay. So it's like mass
it's-
quantities.
It's just easy to
Yeah.
carry. Like
Okay.
if you're
And
like
you
carrying
can, like,
4 bottles
cl-
out of the grocery store, you look
Right.
a little suspect, but around like this, like a bushel. But if you have a box, it's just a box.
But they
And
don't. They
also-
don't make fancy wine in a box, though.
No,
they won't
it's
put it in a
all
box?
the same company.
Oh, it is.
It's all one company.
It is.
Oh.
Yeah. Franzia.
You know, are you a drunk? You know a lot about
I am
boxed
drunk.
wine.
No, my next door neighbor, who has since been evicted,
Oh my.
fancy,
Yeah.
in Los Angeles here,
Was a boxed
was
wino?
a boxed wino. She was a 2-boxed wino a
What?
day.
2 a day.
2 a day.
So 8 bottles of wine a day. Holy.
Created for
crap.
drunks.
Oh my goodness.
That
Do you think that
only
you'll see
further-
her on like an episode of Intervention one day?
No. No. Definitely not.
She was evicted. How sad. That
If
makes my
you,
heart
we can't talk. I could go on for days talking about this woman. So if we get into it now,
Right.
it's
okay,
probably
all
not
right.
a good idea.
Let's talk about the sexual men.
Let's talk about the menzies.
Okay. Can I talk about the end first?
No.
It's I'm literally like in my seat like
Not
this.
that
I mean, I
That
guess we
way.
have to sort of combine them all.
Not the end with the 2 exclamations. I'm talking about, you know, the. Sorry, I'm shedding. I'm just gonna throw it
It's
away.
fine. Let's just combine them all together. Okay. Evan and Riley kiss.
Had a steamy sexual makeout moment.
Very, very
I
passionate.
jumped out of my seat. It was I think what was so good is it was just so many episodes in you knew it was going to happen.
and
and then-
everyone wanted it to happen.
He finally
Yeah.
was like kind of aggressive,
Ah.
which before he was like, "Hey Riley, I love you so much." You know,
But
he was like
it's-
really.
Oh.
Like,
And they
you know.
fought like lovers in the beginning of the episode, which I thought was very
Right.
interesting.
Yeah, and then they had something that brought them together. The fact that her daughter went missing, and like he was there for her, and then because those emotional roller coasters, and then the way they hugged, and then the way he put his forehead on her forehead right before they kissed, It was
It
adorable.
was kind of wet too. There
It was a very,
wet happening.
very wet
Yeah.
And
kiss.
you can
It
tell
was-
when it finally happens, they're just gonna have fabulous
Yeah.
fabulous sex. Yes.
Yeah.
It was a great kiss.
But I don't know because her
Life-changing.
husband and her have. I mean, those sex scenes have been.
Well, he's back.
I mean, we died. I mean,
Literally, okay, so she's in the bathtub.
yeah.
That's a great bathtub. Can I just point that out?
Amazing
It was
bathtub.
so amazing.
She's
I love
playing
that
with
she found the
bubbles.
time to make herself a bubble bath and light all those candles.
Right. And kids nowhere to be
And
found.
dim the lights.
Yeah.
She had a
Kids were nowhere to be found. She's just lounging it up
She's-
all by
She's
herself.
like the happiest single mom I've ever seen. Like she has so much time to herself.
Right.
Like, I mean,
Well, imagine the tips she's getting.
Yeah, but there's no like.
You'd have a lot of free time too if you were running around giving everybody you met a hand job
well, I mean, no.
for cash.
I was about to say. For cash. Thank you. Thank you for the clarification.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Well,
But,
she has
yeah.
Evan, who's kind of like her nanny. So.
Well,
Yeah,
and her mom.
and her mom.
Yeah,
And what's her face?
Lacey.
Lacey. Why can I never remember her name?
I don't know.
I don't know, but that's terrible.
It is terrible.
I didn't know.
I was
either,
gonna say
though.
this earlier and then I didn't. And it's a screenwriting thing that to not say character names often
Oh, interesting.
because it signifies how much you know the person.
Interesting.
Because like in real life, if you know someone, you don't call them by their name when you talk to them.
That's true. In fact, it does
Oh.
sound really weird. Like if someone I know says is like Sarah, blah 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 blah. Like I'm like, ugh. It sounds like I'm being reprimanded for something.
yeah.
That's true.
That's why which is good that they do that, but
But now you can't
but
remember.
now I can't remember anyone's names because they said them once in the first episode. I'm just like,
Right.
who are these people?
Right. That's true. That's a good point.
Thank you.
Interesting.
Thank you. Thank you. But
Anyway.
either way,
So she's in the bathtub.
she's in the bathtub.
Candles lit.
Candles are lit. She's
Best song ever, "Poison and Wine" by Civil Wars is playing. I
Oh.
love
Oh.
that song. I know.
That was great. I'm
Good
glad. I didn't even
call.
catch
really
that.
good. Really good song.
I'm sad it wasn't Bare Naked.
I thought it was going to be
About
Dr.
that.
Mark at the door because I knew that it wasn't going to be Evan because she was so excited for it to be him.
Well,
I thought it was going to be
I
Dr. Mark.
Thought, what's his face? Evan.
Right. I knew. Well, when she was like, "Oh, Evan,"
He was
thought
in
it
the car
him.
talking on his cell phone, and they were cutting back and forth between the two of
Oh,
them.
right. You thought
Which
it
is why I thought he was going to get into a car accident. Because usually in these telephone scenes on this show, you only see one side of the conversation,
that's on the
even
phone.
though you hear both.
right.
Yeah.
That's true.
And this, they were cutting back and forth between the two.
That would have been a great storyline, though.
It
If
would have been
he's
awesome.
like, we need to talk. Then all of a sudden, like a cop is at the door, and he's like, I'm sorry. He's in the hospital in a coma. Bam.
That would have been too fast. I don't know, but what I mean,
Too fast for what?
Oh, for him to be for
Yeah.
a cop to
Oh,
actually
Oh,
be
well,
at the
yeah.
door, yeah.
Yeah.
cop
yeah,
to be
yeah.
at the door, and then like, I mean, I don't know. Would she have gone to the hospital and been like, "Oh, I always loved you"? I don't know. I'm glad he didn't get in a car accident. I just think everybody gets in a car accident
So-
on every show.
It's a little soapy, you're right?
It's a little redundant.
Yeah.
I'm glad
That's
it was
true.
her sexual beast of a husband. He's hot. I mean,
Looking sober.
yeah. I'm glad he's back because like that's some steamy. Like I didn't like him on the first episode, and then
Because he was a
the
jerk.
flashbacks. No, well, I mean he was still like not so nice in the flashbacks, but he's growing on me because I like that he's a little edgy, drug problem. You know,
Mm-hmm.
little,
Do you like
Oh.
the fact that he's mean?
a little.
He's like a bad boy
Kind
compared
of.
to his brother.
Right, compared to his brother who needs to grow a set. Yes, I do.
There's going to be some amazing that just for the season finale. There's going to be an amazing fight scene. I think.
Yeah, me
Like a
too.
great choreographed fight scene between Evan and his brother.
And then like
because-
Dr. Mark will show up and be like, "Hey guys."
And then Betty White joins in.
I know. It's like, and Betty White.
And Betty White.
Yeah, that'll
Betty White's
be.
going to
She's
be in the
gonna
season
be
finale.
on the season finale.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you know, we'll see how that fits in.
We will
Is she
see
going
that.
to be grandma?
No.
No, David thought that too. Who is she?
I don't remember.
We did look it up though. But yeah. I'm excited for that. They didn't even say anything about that in the preview. They weren't even
Nope.
like, and next week, Betty
yeah.
White. Yeah, it's supposed to be a surprise. Thanks a lot, David, for ruining it for everybody.
Well, it was announced in the press.
I know. I know.
Extra, read all about it.
Yeah,
It's not like I like researched and I
Betty
like
White,
sneakily
yeah.
like called the casting office. Who's gonna be your biggest guest star this season?
They're like Betty
And they were
White.
like Betty White, and I was like, okay,
Oh my-
thanks. Click.
I love that she's still kicking.
Oh, don't we all?
Like she's has like more energy than I do. It's amazing.
So don't you think it's a little weird? Bring it back to the show, not Betty White's life. No, I have
Thank
a
you.
really bad problem today. Clearly, that she yelled at Luke, the yoga instructor, to grow a pair.
It's not really her that needs to grow a pair. It's Evan.
Mm.
I mean, she likes him. I think he likes
She
her more.
flirts with him.
I think he
All
likes her
the
more
time.
than she likes him.
Whoa, that was a really good observation. Is that she's giving Luke this advice, which backfired, by the way.
Right.
But what she was actually doing is telling him what she wants Evan to do with her. Does that make sense?
I
Yes.
don't know. I don't.
Oh, if you take it like that, then yeah.
Well, and notice like nothing happened with Kendra and Luke, the yoga instructor, and like nothing.
Yeah, Kendra said she was confused.
Well, she said she was confused, but like he didn't have like a big moment with her where he was like, "I'm in love with you. Leave your husband." Like they just sort of had that as like a little, like fun little side thing. I don't know. It was silly. It was like a catalyst. It was just so that they could make it something happen with Riley and Evan, I think, and have that pertain.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's interesting. Although she
Yeah.
did seem at the end when
Could be that.
Riley was talking to her afterwards, and she's like, he's just my friend. He's the person that I call. And she's like, well, is he? And then she thought about it.
Right, because she's thinking about like her own.
However, it is
Stuff.
mirroring her own life, and I feel like when Riley gives advice, it's advice that Riley needs to either take for herself or give to. It's very. Riley should have been a therapist, is what I'm saying. I think that was her true calling.
She does have very good insight into everyone else's loved life.
Right.
And lives in general, except for her own.
Right, and she did get back on that horse very quickly. The
Yes.
ink, I mean, there's no ink on divorce papers because they haven't been filed.
No,
so
and
she's
she's
technically
holding
a married
hands
woman.
with
Right.
Dr. Mark and going to country clubs and
Yeah,
slutting it up.
making out with Evan. I always want to call him
Her
Colin.
brother-in-law.
I know.
Oh,
But I'm glad. I mean, I'm glad they're totally spicing it up before the end.
right before
here.
the end.
Yeah.
Overall, I thought this week was a great episode.
Me
And
too.
I
Me too.
think the actor that they brought in to play Luke is fantastic. Fun fact about Christopher Hankey: he just finished.
Hanky?
Yes,
Oh.
I know.
that's his name, Hankey. He just finished
David
a run
knows him.
as Bud Frump in How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying on
Oh,
Broadway
that's
with
cool.
Nick Jonas. So I think
Oh,
that's
that's
pretty
cool.
fantastic. And he's,
David's
He's
clearly
adorable.
into it.
he's
He is adorable.
a very nice
He
man.
was very cute, and I mean, I liked that. I mean, I like when they throw in new people. I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's someone from Riley's past, and although I think
Oh,
that he
that's
was
funny.
saying
It's the
something that
scene.
it's the scene. I feel like in this scene he was talking about how she babysat him or something.
Look how he's
Yes.
sitting.
Right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, you would let us watch, and that's what.
And
yeah,
stay up late.
Yeah, which was really weird, and it made perfect sense because when she opened the door, she felt you could tell it was really uncomfortable. She's like, "Well, am I gonna have to give him a massage?" It's like I used to babysit you, like that would have just been
Well,
awkward.
but she doesn't have to be that much older. Like you can babysit someone when you're like 4 years older than them, 10 and 14, or
Yeah, as
you
long as
know?
you're like 16.
like I was babysitting
know
kids at
about
like
that.
I don't know, 13, 14, something like that.
To 10-year-olds?
I mean, I don't think so. I don't know.
Mom?
Yeah, my
Yes?
mom's here. Spoiler alert. My mom's here.
Spoiler alert. Mama's in the house.
Who is
I-
from Texas?
Yeah, my mom's from Texas. She's a Texas expert. Right, Mom?
a
She's-
texpert.
I like it.
New title.
I know.
New title.
There was no weird Texasy thing. Usually, Mom, they have like they'll go to a bar or something and they'll make it really country, but they didn't do it this week.
No. They kept
No.
it classy because we
They
were at the
kept it-
country club.
Yes. Yes.
On that note, we are going to jump to a quick commercial break and come back with your news and gossip.
Hey there, good buddies. The handle's Woolly Bear. I'm a truck driving man, but I'm not that old school kind of truck driving man, no. I like to listen to podcasts while I'm driving through these great United States of ours. And my favorite podcasts in the world are from AfterBuzz TV. And why? Because AfterBuzz TV is like a post-game wrap-up show for all your favorite TV shows, like Jersey Shore, Dancing with the Stars, Mad Men, and a whole truckload more. I like listening to my Gossip Girl podcast, catching up with all my fellow fans and getting all the latest news and gossip. No, I got some strong opinions. And AfterBuzz TV lets me share those opinions with thousands of other listeners. Woo-wee, what a feeling. I used to doze off on those lonely stretches of road. And don't worry, I got the cruise control. But now I'm wide awake and listening to all the AfterBuzz TV goodness. Check them out, give them a holler, and tell them the old Woolly Bear sent you.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to jump right into news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Jennifer Love Hewitt bejazzles Conan O'Brien's face and talks about hand jobs.
First of all, is it really vajazzling if it's a face? Wouldn't it be a fajazzle?
Fajazzle?
Yeah.
A face jazzling?
I just thought of that.
I don't know.
Face jazzle?
Wait a minute. On her vagina? She
No,
bedazzled?
yeah, she does.
She does.
Yeah.
Yes. That's her,
Oh
like,
my.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so Conan O'Brien, I guess, asked her about it,
Yes.
and she did his face.
Last
the
night,
jewels.
Jennifer Love Hewitt and her boobs. I did not write this. Stopped by Late Night with Conan O'Brien to promote her titillating news show, The Client List. From the moment she set foot on stage, we just knew she was going to apply vajazzling to somewhere on Conan O'Brien's person, and she didn't disappoint. When the topic of her favorite pastime inevitably came up, she didn't beat around the bush and explained to Conan that it's like having a sparkly secret in your pants. When that didn't win him over, she offered to let him try it out for himself. I hope Conan's face jazzling made him feel as pretty as he looked.
Yeah.
They also discussed the main thrust of her show, i.e. that which occurs into a masseuse's able hand. However, when pressed on the issue, Jennifer Love admitted that she doesn't actually know much about real-world handjob parlors. Your naivete is endearing, Jennifer Love Hewitt, but if you take your craft seriously, you will go and shadow a real penis masseuse post-haste.
Oh my! Where'd you get that, Perez?
No, I don't remember.
What I sent you? You didn't just
No.
copy it? Of course not.
Because I forgot you sent it
God
to me.
knows.
I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness. Have you ever gotten vajazzled?
Never. I don't
neither
really
have
see the
I.
point in vajazzling.
It is
yeah,
a sparkly secret in your pants.
Yes. It's like the
That's the
it's like
point.
the merkin of the 21st
We
century.
said we would like
Oh
to
my
go
God.
with we said we would like to go with David to like get something
Bejazzled.
bejazzled or
Because
whatever.
I don't have a vagina.
Yeah, pejazzled.
Do
Sorry.
they do bejazzling?
I don't know.
I mean, they
Is
might
she like
do
a
it
I
little-
feel like
above.
it's something that you could do yourself at home.
Well, yeah, but that'd be kind of weird. We've got to go to a salon or something and have it taped.
Okay. We'll have to
Oh,
call.
I thought that you just like went to Michael's and bought like.
That's what I thought too,
Like
and you like
glue
hot
and-
glued them
no.
to yourself. That's how I
That would be-
imagine. You
no,
get a little hot
absolutely
glue
not.
and you're like sticking it.
Maybe that's how it started. It's like the history of vajazzling.
We'll have
That's
to
true. We
ask
should look
Jennifer
it up.
Love.
We'll
We'll have to ask Miss
her.
Hewitt where she gets it done.
That's true. And then we'll go there and
and
we'll
then we'll
tape
go
you
there
doing it.
and we'll tape me doing it.
Cool.
Perfect.
Perfect.
And this other little bit of news and gossip doesn't really pertain to the show, but I thought it was interesting because it does have to do with sex.
Okay.
Senior sex life can be improved with new thermobalancing therapy by treating prostate naturally, whereas BPH drugs depress sexual function states. Fine treatment.
I'm confused.
Me too. New thermobalancing therapy is able to improve a senior's sex life as it has no side effects and helps to terminate prostate enlargement without resorting to medications, whereas potentially harmful BPH drugs may cause sexual dysfunction and depression. Fine treatment reveals. Men's well-being doesn't have to be affected by medications, but can now be avoided completely.
BPH drug, is that like?
That is
Like-
benign prostate hyperplasia.
So it's just like the Viagra and stuff.
It is, but I think it's the enlarging of your prostate, which doesn't allow you to get an erection, and it's something like that. And I think it's different than Viagra because it's treating your prostate, and it's not just forcing blood to rush to your penis.
Thank you for using the word penis instead of your
Wiener.
Oh yeah, I hate it.
I'm not going to read the rest of it.
No, that was your news and gossip.
That is your AfterBuzz news and gossip from the week of June 10th.
I feel a little
2012.
smarter.
Me too.
Don't you?
Me
You've
too.
learned so
Even
much
though I
about-
can't tell you if you said explain that story to me, I can't. Sorry.
I actually understand all of
Viagra.
it. But
That's all I heard.
Thermal, does that mean it's like temperature? Like
it is
hot?
it is a topical ointment.
that gets hot?
I don't know. That I don't know.
Oh my.
Okay.
I'm not over the age of 50, so I can't try it.
Yeah.
Mom, you wanna
Otherwise,
try?
I'd let you know. Let's jump into predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV
Oh my god.
predictions.
All right, so we did see in the preview for next week that there is going to be a fight
Right.
between the boys, the
Right.
brothers.
I think she's gonna end up breaking little Evan's heart because he's too much of
You
a.
think she's going back to him,
Yeah.
to her husband?
Oh yeah, I would agree with that. But the thing is,
No.
Evan loves her so much that he would understand and take her back. But it would also 'cause
Totally.
they kissed, but they can't start like it's still the end of season 1. They can't start a relationship. It's too early. They have to keep this like tension. They have to want you rooting for
we
him more.
need a triangle.
Yes.
You know what I
Sort
want
of.
to happen? I want Evan to find like a girlfriend that's actually. Selena is not like girlfriend material. I want him to actually be in a relationship that's somewhat serious, and then like have that sort of combat Riley and her husband's relationship. Because I think
like as soon as her husband
kind
Riley,
of
like, he actually
he
finds
finds
somebody
someone
real.
that's actually like decent for him.
Yep.
Like Selena, that was no competition. She's just a whore, and they you know, we knew they weren't going to end up
Right.
together. It's not a real threat.
No.
So it would be interesting if they threw in an actual threat to the situation.
What are your
a thought.
predictions, David?
I, as much as I don't want her to go back to her husband, she's for a fact going to end up with him, which is, I think, unfortunate. I think it's like a little
He
like
is cute though.
I
battered
don't
wife
think for-
syndrome.
Not for too long though. A few episodes.
I think
maybe.
it'll be for the next whole season. He'll
Yep.
be sticking around.
She'll be covering up
At
bruises.
least. Not really.
I was gonna
but like,
say
you
he's
know,
not a
he's
beater.
not that bad, but he
Right.
did leave her.
Right, but that's a little bit different than beating her. Let's just be. There's
At
a
least when
difference.
you're beating your wife, you're around to beat her. And you're not just like leaving her high and dry with the mortgage payment.
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna put that
And
on
your
a t-shirt.
2 children.
True.
He up and left to go pop pills in Mexico.
He's a drug addict. Give him a break. He needs a good 60-day program.
So are wife beaters.
I know. All right.
All right, I have
That's it.
I have one tiny prediction.
Yes.
So I think the finale
Yes.
will have a happy ending. Ayo.
That's really cute.
That is cute. It can't have a happy ending.
No, we have
No,
to have
but
questions.
There
That
has
was
to be
cute.
some sort
That
of
was
questions.
cute.
That is
Thank you.
very adorable.
I mean maybe a couple happy endings.
Yeah, at least one. We
At
haven't
least
seen
one.
it to the finish quite yet, really.
No.
No.
None of us have completed.
Mm-mm. Something to look forward to.
Something to look forward to.
I had such a good time.
Thank you for
Yes.
joining us. Hopefully you'll
Yeah,
be here
you'll
next
be here next
week.
week with
I
us?
will, I will be here next week, and I will be following Riley on Twitter.
Oh, good.
by
You
then.
have to. And
Yes.
if we want to follow you on Twitter, where can we find
You
you?
can find me at DuaKassie. It's DuaKai at Twitter. .com, or you can follow me on Facebook, DuaKassie again, and that's with the Kaissi.
Very cute. I
And
wish I had a cute
Sarah.
name like that. At Sarah on the Go is my name.
And me.
Sarah with an H.
At You Can Call Me Skip. Or you can tweet us here at AfterBuzz TV. From everyone here at the studios, myself and these 2 lovely ladies, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you all next week.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.